What was the approach to this epic comeback in the second period?
Well, to be honest with you, I really liked our first period. I thought we did a lot of good things that we talked about the last 2 days in terms of trying to generate offense and what we needed to do against them. And we thought that he was kind of fighting it a little bit in the first period as well, and we had a number of looks there. So we just told the guys after the first to stay composed here, keep doing what we're doing, and we felt that we could get a number of goals by him tonight if we kept up with what our first period was. So. And obviously we did the right things, and I think the team could quit the way things were going. A couple bad breaks, and goaltender maybe not as sharp as you would like. So I thought it was probably the biggest character win of the year.
Copley finished with only 9 saves after playing basically half the game. What defensively changed for you over that last 30 minutes?
Well, I mean, we protected the middle of the ice very well. We did a much better job of that tonight. We got into some turnover issues there in the second period. But I thought we really cleaned that up in the third period. And they're a team that, in my 5 years in the American League, they play a transitional game, and they can scoot up the ice. And I thought our trackers did a great job tonight of getting back. And back pressure was one of our 4 keys going in tonight. So I thought the back pressure was real good as well. And that consequently we eliminated some of that, transitional play that they were looking to do. Well, it was something I thought about that scenario going into the game the other night. But when you're winning, you don't like to change too much. So we just said, you know what, we'll put Cornet there, and he was fine. He played well with TK and CC, but quite frankly, I wasn't real happy with Newberry's line the other night, and I thought TK and CC were good, but could be better, and maybe that Gaisley speed and skill set. He could keep up with TK and CC, and not that Cornet can't, but Cornet's a different type of player, a different type of skater. So I went with that, and certainly worked out for tonight.
3-point game for Schmidt, and I think he's up among the leaders and among D-men in the playoffs. What has he been delivering for you guys? And it seems like maybe tonight was one of his finest moments in a Hershey uniform.
Absolutely. I thought Schmidt was outstanding tonight. He did a great job, and the kid's going to play in the NHL here at some point full time. So a real strong game from him. And the way the makeup of our D is, you'd like to have that other puck mover, power play type of guy in the lineup to balance it out. And but Schmidt's been certainly carrying the load back there. Schilling's had a good playoff as well in terms of providing offense. So it was certainly something that was needed, and the kid's been real sharp for us through 6 games.
You talked about composure, and Casey Wellman's talked about a focus as a reason why you guys can respond so well. Is there anything else to that? After a really frustrating finish to the first period where you came out and had the second that you did?
Well, I think that in playoffs you're going to face adversity, and we talked before the game about momentum swings. I really believe that in playoff hockey, we talk about during the regular season, but it's 10 times as more important in playoff hockey. You got to control the momentum swings. We're not going to go out and dominate Hartford for 60 minutes. It's impossible. You're going to have your pushes, and when they make their pushback, that's when you got to control those momentum swings. And I thought we did a pretty good job of that, especially the second half of the game. Certainly when they took the 4-2 lead, and then we took another penalty. We talked about that again. But we had some real good pushback at 4-2. Yeah, I seen that buzzer beater for him, but a tough spot for the kid. Little different circumstances coming in against Worcester when you're up 10-2 or whatever the score was, but it just was one of those gut feelings. I almost did it at 3-1, and I just felt that if in my back of my head, I thought Phil was fighting in the first period, and if there was one more that went in, that I was going to go to Copley, and so, he was able to hold the fort down, and I did think we protected him very well there from the time he went in. So that was great to see from the guy's perspective, because that is certainly not an easy thing to do.
You're going on the road, but so are they. You talk to the unique perspective there.
Well, as I said to the guys this morning, we get the game tonight, we get the split at home. And now both teams are going to play 2 neutral site games, and that's really what it is. I mean, we're going on the road for 2, but they're going on the road for the 3rd and 4th game. Now certainly they've played more games in that building because they play Worcester more often because of the proximity. But the good news is we've won in that building 3 out of 4 times this year, and we did a real good job down there against Worcester. And we're just going to get some rest here and go at it Sunday. I think it's going to be a long series. Okay, thank you.